100 grams.
My name is Devin Charles Hubbard, born and raised in New Orleans, Louisiana, from Uptown. Honestly, the best way to describe it is I grew up on campus at Tulane. My mom worked there for 39 years. She was over family and graduate student housing. And from the day I came out the womb, you know what I'm saying, I grew up on that campus, lived on campus until Katrina. So until I was 14, freshman in high school.
How was it just to be on campus, like a historic campus at that?
It was different, you know what I'm saying? Like I had a lot of friends who lived in the city, but I mean I grew up in an apartment on campus, and it was always something different, you know what I mean? Like my mom was over family and graduate student housing, so we had people who lived in our apartment building from all over the world, you know what I mean? You know, today, you know, next week we'll be celebrating the 4th of July, and you know, sometime a month or two later we could be celebrating another holiday from another culture, from another country, you know what I'm saying? And that's how it was. That's how I was growing up there. And I had friends who lived in the building from other places, you know, probably couldn't dribble a basketball, so I'm out there showing them how to dribble a basketball because they're from a foreign country. And you know, it was just different. And growing up on campus, like just walking through campus was who the little kid walking through campus, and I'm like, well, my mom worked here, so people knew me. You know, if you worked with my mom, you knew me, and they treated me like, oh, that's, you know, that's Missy Van's son, and things like that. But it was cool. It was different. It was definitely different. I ain't have like I would guess a typical in your neighborhood upbringing. I lived with a bunch of people from around the world type of upbringing.
So it was just, you pretty much just grew up with your mom, and that's
mom and dad. Yeah, so I grew up with them and my oldest brother, and yeah, that was basically it. Yeah.
So how was family life in that aspect growing up, and what was the advantages of you having that type of family life as well?
It was cool. It was cool. My oldest brother is 13 years older than me, so like he kind of taught me the ropes. As far as I know, I grew up playing baseball, so he was the one who put a glove in my hand. And, you know, that took me a long way. I mean, I never went to college to play baseball, but, you know, I learned a lot of lessons in life. And that's the person I looked up to the most. So, you know, watching him go to Tulane, you know, he went to McMain, I went to McMain. He went to Tulane, I went to Tulane. And it was cool. It was cool. I would say that much.
So what kind? You went to McMain. How was that experience in McMain?
It was you know, I went to Lusher first.
Okay.
Me and Dev went to school together, Lusher K through 8, and then went to McMain for 7 days before Katrina. And then Katrina hit, and we came back after, and it was two different McMains. Right. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I was in like culture shock. I'd never been around that many black people in my life. To say I'm from the city, you know what I mean? I went to Lusher, and it was pretty mixed. And then post Katrina McMain, everybody was there. And that's the first taste of just being around that many black people. And but honestly, it was something I needed though. So just so I know like who I am, you know what I mean? Right. Like this is the people I associate with. This is the people who, if something was to ever go down, they would know, you know, what I'm going through and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So it was cool. I love McMain. You know, I'm black and gold. You know what I'm saying? Until I die. You know, I'm a Mustang. So
what did you follow in high school?
After high school, I ended up going to Tulane. Still getting my degree. You know, I went through. I guess nowadays people say, you know, depression and stuff. I feel like I went through some sort of that when I left high school. I wasn't playing ball no more, and you know, if you play high school sports or you know something like that, you had that team feeling. I ain't had that no more, and it was weird. You know, I knew I had to make grades to stay on, you know, stay on the team. Now I was a decent student in high school. You know, 3.0, all that other good stuff. And when I got to college, it was different. Nobody was waking you up to go to class. Nobody was, you know, all the other good stuff. And I went through a little spurt where I just didn't care about much. You know, I just And I also was in college. You know, I wanted to party. I did my partying and stuff. And then but, you know, never give up. And I'm not gonna give up. You know, I'm gonna get my degree and everything. Some things slowed down because I started working. But other than that, I mean, I'm still there.
So talk to us about your time with the Pelicans and how it helped you transition to your current role.
That was crazy. That was a great time, great experience, fun. It was I'm trying to think, man.
And really tell people like what you did with the Pelicans. Like,
All right, so basically I was a ball boy. As we say, locker room attendant, but you know, at the end of the day, man, I was on the court rebounding. Yeah, if you want to say water boy or whatever, it's cool. I mean, it is what it is, but like I tell a lot of people, you can call me whatever you want. Your favorite player knew who I was, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could say I've partied and hung out with, you know, the GOATs, you know, greats, you know what I mean? So, or current GOATs and greats. But we would just help guys, you know, help teams come in. I work most in the visiting team locker room, so we help get their stuff off the bus, help set up the locker room. They needed anything, things like that, food and stuff. We go make runs, get their, you know, food in the concession stand and things like that. During the game, you know, rebound and give out their gear and stuff. Post game, pick up the locker room, get all their stuff to the bus and things like that. It helped me now because when I first started, fresh out of high school, my freshman year of college, I didn't know what an equipment manager was. And after doing that I did that for 10 years. But I started my equipment manager's things, I was 21 when I became an equipment manager at Tulane as a student. And I already knew kind of what to expect, you know. And when it's time to pack up, let's pack up. When it's time to get things on the plane or the bus, I knew kind of what to do because I've already been doing it for a few years. So that's where it definitely helped me out a lot. Organization-wise, it helped me out, you know, let's see, organization, that, just the everyday flow of work.
right.
So it definitely helped out a lot.
So what keeps you inspired now? Like keep on and doing, you know, having some roles that you may have.
What keeps me inspired, honestly, is my football players, to be real with you. See those dudes come in every day, you know. We did a jersey a while ago. When I first took over football, we did a jersey. We came out with black jerseys. And to see their faces when we finally broke them out, it was dope. You know what I'm saying? To see a bunch of 18 through 22-year-olds just get excited for something that you came up with. I don't want to, you know, be sappy, but you know, it open your heart up. You know what I'm saying? They make you feel like, dang, you know, I did that. And I just brought, you know, smiles to these dudes' faces. So my football players kind of what it is. You know, they come in the morning. They might not be in the best mood. I might not be in the best mood. But, you know, you sit there and talk to them, chat with them, and the next thing you know, I'm like, all right, let's roll. Let's go to practice. Let's get the day going. You know what I'm saying? So that's what keep me going is my players.
So what are you doing now? With you know, Terrifying, like what you up to and what's happening in your life right now?
So for me right now, man, it's summertime grind for us as equipment managers. Workouts, 6 o'clock workouts, so I'm there for 5. Getting ready for our football season, because to be honest with you, it's summertime, but it's gonna be here like that. In the snap of a finger, it'll be August and we'll be at practice, and then once that happens, that grind don't stop until end of December. So, but you know, that just getting ready. Because I never want to be late with anything. I don't want the head coach, you know, being upset or, you know, anybody being upset like, Dev, we don't have this, we don't have that. Nah, I want to make sure I got everything ready for my players. Because like I said, man, it's those guys who keep me inspired, keep me going all the time. So I don't want to ever let them down.
So what, I mean, how important, like explain to people like how important just an equipment manager is. Because it's kind of like a behind the scenes thing. I think some people don't really understand it.
Equipment manager is super important, to be honest with you. So my oldest brother played football at Tulane. And he was like, until he showed up on a road trip one time, like we traveled somewhere close enough for him to drive, and he saw me what I was doing behind the scenes once we landed and got to the stadium, and he saw it, and he was like, man, I never realized what y'all do. I never realized exactly what your job entailed. He was a player, and he would pack a bag, and the next thing you know, he would show up, wherever they were going to play that weekend, and all his stuff would be in the locker room. So with that being said, man, just washing clothes, make sure everything's clean. As a football equipment manager, make sure your helmet and shoulder pads are fitted properly. Make sure, you have all your pads for practice and the games. Cleats, I can't have you going out there in the wrong size shoes or the wrong length spikes or something like that. You can get hurt like that. The system the coaches talk on, people don't realize that's something that we bring to every game, whether it's a home game or a road game. That got to travel. We have to make sure that thing is up and running, or else your offensive coordinator can't call plays, or your defensive coordinator can't call, hey, we need this defense, or we need to sub this guy in. They ain't talking to one another. So that's just from a game day type of thing. But just getting things from point A to point B. We got a 54-foot truck, 18-wheeler that we pack every time we go on the road. We pack. Just last year for the hurricane, we evacuated. I packed a 26-foot box truck to go to Birmingham for a hurricane. Couldn't come back. Drove that box truck back down, repacked it again, and then packed the 54-foot 18-wheeler with everything we needed for a game, and to stay up in Birmingham for a few weeks, and then drove back to Birmingham, and then went to Oklahoma to play at University of Oklahoma last year. So, equipment manager, man, if you want to become an equipment manager, it's a lot that goes into it, but it makes you feel good about everything you can accomplish. And like I say, especially when you're helping out players. So yeah.
So what do you feel makes New Orleans New Orleans?
What makes New Orleans, everything, man. I can't just pinpoint one thing. It's the city, it's like dude was saying, the second line, it's Mardi Gras, it's festival season, it's the food, it's this heat, is unfortunately the potholes in the streets, man, is everything. I love the city through and through. I don't want to be the person who gets stuck in the city. I want to eventually leave, but I already know, like, I'm going to come back. Like, this is home. And I tell everybody, I'm from the greatest city in America. You can't tell me otherwise. Whether it was professional basketball players coming through, we recruit kids from all over the country. This is the greatest city in America. Every weekend you got something going on, I feel like it. Like I said, it's festival season. You got something going on during the summertime. We got, Essence Fest. We got, come back around in the fall. You got the Saints. You got us at Tulane. You got everything. You always got something going on that you can do and find in the city. And you can never go hungry. So.
Thanks. So, what is a unique experience that you've had in New Orleans that can't happen anywhere else?
Obviously Mardi Gras. They say Mobile, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's Mardi Gras. Honestly, that's my favorite time of the year. Everybody say, oh, it's gonna be next year, but when COVID happened, I low-key went through Mardi Gras withdrawals. Me and one of my partners was watching the Endymion Extravaganza on YouTube during COVID. But that, all the festivals that we go through, it's just this city by itself is unique. Like I say, I can't just pinpoint one thing.
So you'll always come back.
Yeah.
So with everything that you entail, that you've gone through, that you've seen, even from your career aspect, or even just personally, what would you tell your younger self with all the knowledge that you have today?
I would tell my younger self, it would probably be college, Devin, and just power through and get it done. So I know I would be further along than I am right now if I just had my degree already. That's probably be one of the top things I tell my younger self, bro, just get it, just get it. Like I know you making money right now, but the money you making now is nothing compared to the money you gonna make, 5, 6, 7 years down the line. And I'm not saying I'm hurting. No, I love what I do, but go get that piece of paper and get it, then. So that's why I would definitely tell my younger self, go get that piece of paper. Outside of school, I'm not really sure. Honestly, I'm really not sure else I would tell my younger self.
That's cool. So, I mean, just but individuals that may want to learn about you and the type of career that you have. Tell everybody where to find you from, where they can find you at, and you can get in contact with you.
So if anybody want to be an equipment manager, man, like I said, you can come holler at me. My Instagram is dcharles8, or you can follow me on Twitter at highdefinition8. That's the best way to reach out to me. I mean, honestly, I'm around the sports, whether it's Pelicans or Tulane. Like I'm gonna be talking about something sports related. It is what I, it is what I am.
Right.
I've always been around it, and I'm always be around it. So,
Well, thanks for coming on Front Score Stories. It's a pleasure having you, and pretty sure some people learned a lot from you.
appreciate it.
Only in New Orleans.